Hey guys, it's Alex on the block, and today is such a beautiful day. I woke up at 5:30 without an alarm, which is so weird but also so refreshing. And this morning I wrote some morning pages, which are basically just you writing 3 pages of journaling, just writing about anything you want. So yeah. I just wanted to share that to set the mood because I'm having such a great day. It's like 8 o'clock right now in the morning, and yeah, things are going great. I'm going to talk about something I'm very excited to do, and yeah, good vibes coming. Anyway, so today I'll be talking about my Reading Rush TBR, so the books that I want to read for Reading Rush, which will be on July 20th to 26th. I'm not sure, but it's next week. Next week. And I'm very excited. This is my first ever reading rush. I never participated in the reading rush before. I've heard about it last year, but I didn't really participate in it because I was intimidated because you have to kind of read a lot of books in a span of a week. But now I think I'm pretty confident that I don't know, read even just half of the books that I'm planning to read. So yes, I am stoked. So there are a couple of prompts for the reading rush, and the first one is to read a book with a cover that matches the color of your birthstone. I was born in February, so my birthstone is amethyst, so it's purple. I actually have an amethyst right over there. I have a necklace that's an amethyst because it's good for relaxation and just general calmness, and I need some calmness in my life because I overthink things and just yeah. So anyway, so I will be reading a book with the purple cover, and for this prompt I picked You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. Is that her name? Again, I don't remember. I am so sorry. But anyway, this sounds like such a fun book. It has an audiobook on Scribd, so I'll probably be reading it there. And yes, it's about this girl who wants to be a doctor and her scholarship falls through. Is that the saying? Falls through. So essentially, she doesn't get the scholarship that she's expecting. So I guess falls through isn't the right term. But anyway, so she's not going to get this scholarship that she's been expecting. So she needs to find another way to fund her college dreams. So now she remembers that her school has this scholarship for prom king and queen, which for me is like, is that realistic? Because our school didn't, obviously. It's just prom king and queen. Funny thing is, when I was in third year, so my third year prom, I was one of the candidates for, what's that, Nightingale? Like basically you sing a lot, and that's a lie. I'm not like a singer, so that's weird. I didn't win, which is fair because obviously, why would I win? I don't even sing. But anyway, side story. I love side stories. These side stories are what makes these vlogs so long. But anyway, I hope you find these things interesting. So the main character, she nominates, is that a thing? She nominates herself, or she runs for prom queen, and she wants to win obviously, so she'll get the scholarship. And then she meets this other girl who is new at her school, and I think there's some romance about to happen. And I just watched Lisa's video earlier, her reading vlog, where she talks a little bit about this book, and she says that even though it's like a fluffy, it's a fun book, it also touches on serious issues like racism and bullying, I don't know, sexuality, just some other serious issues. So that's going to be insightful to read. And then the next is read a book that starts with the word the. And for this, I'm planning on finishing reading The Gilded Wolves by Roshani Chokshi because I still haven't finished that. So it's a mix of different cultures, it's a mix of different mythologies in this heist kind of situation. It's a heist. I haven't gotten that far in the book where I could say much more than it's a heist, but yeah. It's a heist. A lot of people compared it to Six of Crows, but as I read it, it really doesn't sound like Six of Crows. It's a different world. It's a completely different story. The only thing they have in common is there's a heist and obviously there's a team who's going to perform the heist, but other than that, I think it's such a different story. And also for that prompt, I'm thinking of reading The Hunting Party by Lucy Foley. The Hunting Party is basically about these old college friends who get together on Christmas break and they stay in this hunting lodge. And obviously, it's like they were snowed in and they can't get out, and one of them gets murdered. So, obviously, one of the other ones among them did it, and it's amazing. I read that it's compared to Agatha Christie's writing, which I love. I love Agatha Christie's writing so much. I love Murder on the Orient Express. I just love that they're stuck there and they can't go, and just that ending. Oh my god. The next is to read a book that inspired a movie that you've already seen, and for this prompt I have two books, and it's The Perks of Being a Wallflower, which when I think about it, it has the on the cover as well. So if
I read this and I don't read the books that I designated for the prompt, then technically I still did it.
Anyway, so I've read this before and it's a short book. And obviously there's a movie with Logan Lerman and Emma Watson, and I forgot the other ones. I am so sorry. So this is about this boy who is a wallflower, and he becomes friends with these cool people. And it's written in this like dear friend format. So there's a date and there's dear friend, and then Charlie just says what happened to his life. And yeah, I'm excited to reread this because I don't really remember clearly. I don't really remember a lot of what happened in this book. But yeah, Perks of Being a Wallflower. Another option for this prompt is Crazy Rich Asians. This is one of my favorite books ever. I just love it so much. This is actually my mom's copy. Oops. But yeah, I love Crazy Rich Asians so much. I love the book. I love the movie. I've watched the movie like maybe 20 times already. I even know the songs. And they're in Chinese, I think. Mandarin Chinese? I'm not sure, but yeah. I know the songs, which just shows you how much I've rewatched that movie. But yeah, Crazy Rich Asians, basically it's about Crazy Rich Asians. It's about this girl. I mean, she has a boyfriend who she then discovers is crazy rich in Singapore, and she flies to Singapore with said boyfriend, and only on the flight does she discover that he's crazy rich because they rode in like the first class of the airplane. And then there's obviously a lot of drama because she's like a peasant like us. She's not crazy rich like them. A lot of characters are followed in this book, so a lot of lives are discussed, not just Rachel and oh god, what's his name? Rachel and Nick. Yeah. The next prompt is to read the book that you first touched. And for this prompt, I have these two books that I've never finished for years and years and years and years. I've never finished them. So why not just include them here so I'm forced to finish them? Because they might be amazing. We don't know. I don't know. Obviously, I haven't read it. I don't know how this works, but I'll just close my eyes and just disorient my hand and touch the book. Where is it? What the hell? See, now you know my hand isn't. Oh, it's here. Ah, la, 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 la. Okay. I touched the one on top. So this is Skin Deep by E.M. Crane. I really don't know what this is about. It only has this at the back. Do you know what's underneath if you scratch the surface? It has an award, so it even has cobwebs on it. That's ew. Yeah. This was a gift from my godmother years ago, and I really don't know what this is about. Oh. Oh. There's a synopsis here.
If all the world's a stage, Andrea Anderson is sitting in the audience. High school has its predictable heroes, heroines, villains, and plotlines, and Andrea has no problem guessing how each drama will turn out. She is, after all, a professional spectator. Oh my god! Sounds like something else. In the social hierarchy, she is a nothing, and at her home, her mother runs the show. All Andrea has to do is turn up every day, and life basically plays out as scripted. Then one day, Andrea accepts a job. Honora Menapace? What the heck? A reclusive neighbor is sick. As in every other aspect of her life, Andrea's role is clear. Honora's garden must be taken care of and her pottery finished. And someone needs to feed her dog, Zena. But what starts out as a simple job yanks Andrea's back row seat out from under her. Life is no longer predictable and nothing is what it seems. Light is dark, villains are heroes, and what she once saw as ugly is too beautiful for words. Andrea must face the fact that life at first glance doesn't even crack the surface.
See? It's very vague. Maybe that's why I didn't read it. I guess this week we're reading this and we're finishing it this time. And then the next prompt is read the book completely outside your house, which you'll have to be creative with if you can't go outside your house and read a book. But for this prompt, I'm still going to read The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. And just because I think putting a book in this prompt is too much for me, so yes, I'll be reading this. And I'll probably be reading it here in front of my mood board over there. My new mood board. If you haven't seen my mood board video yet, go check that out. I obviously just made that mood board, and there's a lot of pictures there of the outside world. There's the beach, there's a garden, there's a train track place, and yeah, I'm just going to read it while I face the wall, which sounds so weird, but it's fine. Next is to read a book from a genre that you want to read more of, and for this I went with historical fiction just because I want to read more historical fiction. I've enjoyed reading Evelyn Hugo. Is that historical fiction? I think it is. And Daisy Jones and the Six. So for that prompt, I'm going to read Lovely War by Julie Berry. So this book is about these lovers in World War I, and their stories are being told by Aphrodite, so the goddess of beauty. She's telling this to her husband Hephaestus and her lover Ares, and here she explores why love and war are always in tandem, if you get what I mean. So basically the stories that she tells are lovers from World War I, and she's telling these stories during World War II, which is so amazing. Two timelines, or two very important historical events or times, are in this one book, and it just sounds so intriguing to me. The idea of it is just so genius, and yeah, I want to read it. And then the last prompt is to read a book that takes place on a different continent than where you live. So obviously I live in the Philippines, so in Asia. So there's a lot of books that I can read that are not from my continent. So for this one, I picked Vicious, which I don't know where it's set. Maybe it's set in a completely fictional world, and that's fine, but I'm pretty sure that it's not set in Asia. And it's about these two college friends who were working on this project, which essentially explores adrenaline effects on people and how it can develop superpowers on people, like high adrenaline activities, how it can result to superpowers. It follows two different timelines as well, so when they were in college and when they are adults. Essentially, they were friends and then they're not friends, they're like mortal enemies in the future, and it just sounds like such a fun story, such an adventurous story. It's likened to a comic book, which I enjoy. So anyway, those are the books that I want to read for the reading rush, and I am so excited to read all these books. I'll probably vlog during these days, maybe. So you'll see how I failed the reading rush because but anyway, I hope you enjoyed my little Reading Rush TBR, and I actually have an announcement. So I am co-hosting Weekathon, which is a Buwan ng Wika readathon. Buwan ng Wika is Philippine Language Month. So essentially for this readathon, we will be reading works by Filipino authors, which I'm so excited about because I haven't read that many works by Filipino authors, which is so bad, but at least now I'll get to read a lot of works by Filipino authors, and there are also prompts, for example, sci-fi and fantasy, and a completely Filipino book, so a book that's in Filipino, so obviously international readers can do that prompt, that it's okay. And there's also Stupid Love. So Stupid Love is like a funny but iconic song here in the Philippines. So it's for a romance book by a Filipino author, so there's a lot of prompts, and the support has been so great so far. There's even this teacher who urges all her senior high school students to participate in Weekathon, and that just blows my mind. That is so amazing. So anyway, anyone is welcome to participate in this readathon, whether you're Filipino or not, whether you're living in the Philippines or not. Yeah, let's have a great time. It's in August, so you still have some time to prepare for the readathon, and I also have to prepare for the readathon. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. Comment what books you're reading for the reading rush or just for the next few days in general. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!